Hello, I'm Reform mythologist Nate Morgan-Locke, and today we're thinking about the worst thing to happen in a chocolate factory since all those children died in a chocolate factory. That's it, the hilariously underwhelming, roundly mocked and memed to death family day out that was last weekend's Willy's Chocolate Experience in Glasgow. Parents were left enraged and children were left in tears when they attended an immersive family day out at a warehouse in Glasgow, Scotland. The event, run by hilariously named startup House of Illuminati, promised a celebration of chocolate in all its delightful forms, but so utterly failed to deliver on that promise that the police were called to quell the civic unrest. So what can Christians learn from this farce of a fun fair? Well, people want to give their children an enchanting interactive experience. Parents are looking for interesting places to take their kids. They don't want to let them become screen zombies and are willing to pay up to £35 for tickets to branded experiences. I'm sure a significant number of them watched the recent Wonka film starring Timothée Chalamet and wanted a more tactile experience to share with their loved ones. The lazy, greedy people behind this latest embarrassment understood what people want, but seem to have little to no understanding of the level of dedication, care and hard work that comes with such an endeavour. Now, we've seen all this before. In fact, there is a particularly good Phoenix Nights episode in which Brian Potter tries to make money from J.K. Rowling's Hogwarts phenomenon and sets up a miniature fun fair in the car park of his Chorley Working Men's Club. We've seen rubbish Winter Wonderland examples of how other lazy, greedy people have tried to take the hard-earned cash of parents and grandparents by charging ridiculous prices to have a terrible time. The point is that people want to get out as a family and have a great time together, and that churches, through family fun days, holiday Bible clubs, that's vacation Bible schools for you US viewers, churches can provide this sort of thing that their communities have been looking for all along. So now we'll look at my top 5 tips for creating a fully immersive, multi-sensory, story-driven, all-age evangelistic community experience. But just before I do that, let me give you a little disclaimer. You already have your Sunday morning worship service. This is a fully immersive, multi-sensory, story-driven, all-age evangelistic community experience. And much of what I'm about to say is already relevant to the weekly humdrum of what your church is offering to your neighbours. So, Christian, keep going to church. Anyway, if you are feeling up for creative, another fully immersive, multi-story driven blah blah blah, here are my top 5 tips. Number 1, start with the gospel. What aspect of the good news of Jesus do you want to share with others? Your best asset is the truth of the gospel. Even when megachurches, particularly in the US, have had the funds and resources to put on fully immersive theatrical experiences for their communities, they crash and burn when there is no Christ in them. Don't put on an immersive experience for your local community if you don't believe and trust in the good news of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. Number 2, what's the connection? Is there a really good way to express or illustrate this aspect of the gospel that you're enjoying, which will connect with the aspirations, hopes and dreams of your neighbours? Now, I'd suggest you avoid pre-existing story franchises unless you're going to show exactly how they point to Jesus. There are, of course, legal issues around intellectual property rights which you probably don't have the energy to deal with. If you are minded to take this route, however, please check out my franchise storytelling videos or the popcorn parenting episodes for more information. Holiday Bible clubs often take pirates, spaceships, and other exciting themes. Many will be inclined to do something Olympics-related this summer. But stop. Think deeply about how the gospel relates to these themes and ideas. You will probably need more than an isolated Bible verse to back you up. You are inviting people into a story. How does the gospel story work itself out in that story, with that world building and that law? Number 3, take creativity seriously. In fact, take creativity so seriously that you want to create something genuinely immersive and fascinating for your community. Be realistic about what your church family can achieve. What skills do you have in-house? Who are your star performers? Who will be in charge of hair and makeup? What about the costume department? Who can build sets? What is there about the current architecture of your buildings that would work well? What lighting problems are you going to face? One of the biggest issues for Willy's chocolate experience is that the room is so well lit that just about everyone could see how much of a scam it is. Number 4, include everyone. How are your teenagers going to serve? This is exactly the sort of event that will leave awkward teenagers feeling awkward, but it's also exactly the sort of thing that you'll be able to have them help out in. How can older members get involved in your church? Part of the immersive experience that people enjoy is that the people at the party make the party. Remember that no one is blaming the hard-working actors who played Wonka and the Oompa Loompas for the Glasgow Wonka disaster. Number 5. Resources are available, but maybe you should make your own. You can buy the Epic Explorers Holiday Bible Club material from Christianity Explored Ministries from the Good Book Company website, and other VBS resources are available. But I would recommend that you work on something from scratch. It will be more precious to you if you do, and you will unleash a tidal wave of creative energy from your church family as you work through the ideas together. I'd love to help you think through the challenges, given that I have now 2 decades worth of Holiday Bible Club experience. Let me know if you would like to talk it through in the comments, or perhaps you would like to sign up for our next Speak Life Intensive. I'll put some details in the show notes, as they say. Please remember that expensive, fully immersive, multi-sensory, all-age community days out are optional. You are under no obligation to pay hard-earned money to sit in an overly lit warehouse with a crying toddler and half a cup of lemonade. I'm Reformed mythologist Nate Morgan Locke. I'm glad you were here.